Hello, hello, this is Gemini, your friendly neighborhood spy. I'm here today to summon on the Childhood Encounter banner as it reruns. I am very much aiming to get the duo of Eirika and Ephraim. I only have them at +1. I have not been particularly lucky in the past for getting merges for these two, but I really want them to get more merges, and they are an eventual +10 project for me. So I am going to be pulling for them. I will definitely be pulling for Colorless as my secondary option because I do love Larry Shell as well. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay. I might just pull Colorless periodically. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh my god, it'd be amazing if I got them on the free summon. Nope. That's okay. Yeah, I've pulled for them every time. Pretty much every time they've come back. Obviously, I pulled when they first came out, and I did get one copy, but it took me about 300 orbs to get that copy. And then I also pulled for them on the double special banner when they reran. I did record that summoning. I spent, I think about 500 orbs pulling on both red and green. And I didn't get a single copy of them or of Spring and Ego, who was my other target. Instead, I got, I think it was 4 copies of Severa and some Rashida, which were both great units to get, but it was just a little silly. I don't have any merges for my Larry Shell, and I used her quite a bit, so it would be nice to get at least one merge for her. But Eirika and Ephraim are the priority, as every version of Ephraim is an eventual +10 project for me. Some are not as high a priority, but I use this version of them quite a bit, so it'd be nice to get some more merges for them. Like, I don't really use Winter Ephraim much. I think he's +1 or +2 for me. I don't use him very much. I do eventually want to +10 him, but I'm okay with it taking a little while before I get there. Oh. Huh. I don't think I have her. I think this is new. Yeah, wow. Huh, that's a pretty cool pull. She has some pretty awesome fodder, too. That's awesome. Speaking of her, we should be getting the new Fallen banner pretty soon. I believe that's usually in May. I'm really curious to see who they end up putting on that this year. I know that Engage had a number of characters who are definitely candidates for the Fallen banner. I was thinking like either version of Alir could work, Veil could work, probably a few other characters too. Like the 4 Hounds are all possibilities. I don't know if it'll be this year though, because I know that like they didn't do Fallen Edelgard and Fallen Dimitri the same year that the Fallen banner after 3 Houses came out. It wasn't until the year after that. So that makes me wonder if they'll wait a little bit before they do the Engage heroes. But I don't know, we'll have to see. If you really if you think about it, there's a lot of candidates still for the Fallen banner. A couple that I've been thinking about are, I think we could probably have the various characters in FE7 who kind of get turned into morphs at the end that are fought. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, they've never come home this easily. That's awesome! Yay! That's great! Oh, that's so exciting! Okay, IVs don't matter because I already have them at +attack, and I have a ascended stat in +speed, so they are already great. We just need merges. Yay! That's awesome. Okay, let's pull these colorless too, though. See if we can get a Larry Shell as well. Anyway, I was saying how the morphs in FE7, like Lloyd and Linus, Ursula, who apparently they like giving ults to a lot. There's a few others, but I don't know how many of them would be viable candidates for anything. Like, I don't know if they're gonna give Kenneth an ult in Fae. But anyway, yeah, I think they would work. I'm not gonna go too much into it for spoiler purposes, but there's also the Dead Lords from Thracia. I think they could probably even spin it to include the characters in the Arcanea game, specifically New Mystery of the Emblem, and the original version of it too, where there's these like 4 maidens who all get kind of captured and are sort of mind controlled by the bad guy. I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to like spoil it for people who haven't played the game, even though the game is really, really old. But I think there are options as well. And then I think you could still use the Kanas. Corrin's kit from Fates. Also an option. And there's a number of others I can think of that maybe are a little bit more of a stretch, but I really think there's still a lot of possibilities for the Fallen Banner. So we'll see. We'll see what they come up with for this year. My god, it'd be great if I could just get like a bunch of copies of them. Because I do use them quite a bit, so the stats would be really appreciated. I'm super happy that we got 1 copy of them so early, at least. But yeah, obviously, Fire Emblem 7 is my favorite Fire Emblem game. I did not actually end up pulling on the new heroes, or the special banner that just came out with the Lords and then Rebecca and Lucius. They look adorable, and I do love all of the FE7 Lords. I just don't really feel much excitement when they get new things in Fae at this point, because all of them already have like a number of different versions, and I already have several versions of each of them. So honestly, I just don't really get that excited about it anymore. I'd really rather see characters that don't have anything be added, or get alts. So like, I love those characters, it's nothing against them personally. It just doesn't really make me want to pull for them that much. And I like Rebecca's fine, but she's not a character that I've like used on very many of my playthroughs of FE7. So like, I like her, but I'm not as attached to her as I am to other characters from the game. And honestly, Lucius is a character I like a lot, but obviously I don't have to pull for him because he's a Grail unit. I might have pulled for him if he was actually on the banner, but say Livy. I mean, can't really complain because I get him for free. I don't know how much I'll use him though, because I already have a very, very heavily invested Syrah. Oh my gosh, yes! Oh, that's awesome! Oh my gosh, this is like so much better than my luck has ever been pulling for these two. That's amazing. That's awesome! Woo! Wow, we're not even 100 orbs in, we've already got 2 of them. That's great. Alright, let's keep going. No reason to stop now. And I'm not even sniping red. Yeah, I already have a pretty heavily invested +10 Syrah. And while I do like Lucius, I like Syrah more. So that makes it a little tricky. Especially because I mainly would use a character like that for things like limited battles. But I already have an FE7 staff user that I like to use. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It might be fun to build him anyway. I've never actually plus 10 a Grail unit. I have so many Grails. I've kind of been waiting for, like, one of my favorites to be added as a Grail, but so far, like, there's been a couple that are characters that I do like, but not one of my, like, really, really top-tier favorites. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, speaking of Lucius. It would be really, really nice to get, like I said, just one copy of Shell to use as a merge. Mine is plus speed, so I already have a pretty good IV for her. I've also been thinking about updating my build for Eirika and Ephraim. I was thinking about giving them attack speed smoke. I have some fodder for that. Godlike reflexes, I also have some fodder for that. I think that would be really fun to use on them. Yeah, I'm planning to at least go down to 5,000. We'll see if I want to go any farther than that. We'll see. Oh my gosh, there she is! That's awesome. It's been a great summoning session so far. That's fantastic. Whoa! That's great. So happy to see her. Totally neutral, and that is totally okay. Okay. Just in case we get another copy. We'll find out. Okay. Alright, I think we'll go a little bit farther. Just sniping red and just see if we can get anything else. And then we'll stop. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I do have a decent number of orbs. I was really hoping that we might have a chance at seeing Matthew and Layla together on the... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's okay. On the bridal banner this year. I really had my hopes up for that. But with us just having gotten an FE7 banner, I don't know if that's going to happen. So now I really, really have my sights set on August. I want to see if they end up rerunning that. That thief banner theme that they did last year. The one that, if you've seen the video, broke me a little bit. I was pretty upset that they included Layla but not Matthew. So we'll see if they make it right, if they make it up to me and actually give him the ult that he deserves. It doesn't have to be that. I would be really happy with pretty much any kind of Matthew ults. I actually have a little bit of a extended daydream of a rearmed Matthew ult at some point in the future. I don't know if I'll go into this in this video, but I'll talk about it at some point. Because it's pretty extensive, that's why I don't know if I'll have enough time to actually talk about it in full length. But yeah, let me know in the comments which characters you'd really like to see as rearmed heroes. I also have some ideas for things that I'd like to see be added to the game, like not just heroes, but like types of heroes, kind of like how they've done rearmed. Did I just pull Kane? No, okay. I was just thinking it was neat to get a green and red Cavalier together, even though they're not from the same red and green Cavalier duo. But I was saying I have a decent number of like ideas for things I'd like to see added to the game. Not like specific heroes. I mean, kind of like rearmed and ascended heroes. Like, I have an idea for like a new hero type, and I would like to make a video about that at some point. Along with some other things. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, let me know in the comments which characters you'd like to see as rearmed heroes. Or as ascended heroes. I haven't gotten a lot of pity breaks, which is, you know, completely fine, obviously. Ares is another character who I would really love to see get an alt. He's possibly my favorite character from the second generation of Genealogy. Like, a Grail unit of Ares would be amazing, and I would definitely build that up. I like Eldigan too, and I know he has a Grail version, but I like Ares a little bit more. I just think he's such a cool character in the second generation. I know a lot of people have been talking about the possibility of Genealogy getting remade. I think it will happen. I have a handful of doubts. But I think I lean more on the side of it will happen. And I know that there were like some rumors and leaks that came out last year saying that it was happening. And then we haven't heard anything since then, but I'm not super surprised by that because I feel like they probably didn't want to announce a Genealogy remake at like the same time that Engage was being announced. I could just stop now. My pity rate isn't really that high, but I'd really like to get like one more thing. Even if it's a pity breaker, as long as it's like a decent one. And I know like people have faced tremendous heartbreak after saying like, oh, just one more, and had, you know, gotten nothing in return. And that's certainly possible. But thankfully, I kind of have the orbs to afford to be a little bit risky now and then. To take dangerous and bold risks like one more copy. What was I saying before? I was talking about something and I kind of lost my train of thought. I feel like I'm getting a lot of corns. But at least I'm getting plenty of redstones. Come on, Eirika and Ephraim, come on! No. A lot of Hannahs too. I feel like I've seen her quite a few times. I was thinking that with Rebecca having just gotten an alt, I wonder if that's a sign that we will possibly get a Resplendent for her soon. Dare I say the words aloud? It just seems like, not always, but often we'll end up getting a Resplendent and an alt kind of close together. I think probably because they're bringing the voice actors in and just having them do both at the same time. That's always been my assumption. And like, if there is one character who has really, really needed a Resplendent all this time, it would be great to see Rebecca get a Resplendent. Even though I don't have Fate Pass, it would be really awesome to see her get one. Like, I would at least be tempted to buy Fate Pass for that. Oh, but I remember what I was saying before, which I had been saying to myself, how I have a feeling that we might finally... Oh, okay. I'm wondering if we might end up hearing about a Genealogy remake in June. I feel like they usually do a direct then, around the time that E3 would normally be. Not that E3 is happening this year, but, you know, around that time. So I'm wondering if that's when we'll end up hearing about a Genealogy remake. And some people have pointed out that, like, Sigurd is pretty prominently featured in Engage, possibly as a way to kind of build up enthusiasm for Genealogy, which I think makes sense. Especially keeping in mind that I think Engage was originally intended to have come out earlier. It was kind of meant as an anniversary game for Fire Emblem, and the anniversary was obviously a few years ago. Now we're starting to have the questionable luck. I probably should have stopped while I was ahead. But let's just see what happens. It still isn't that bad. Like, 4.25 is not... It's not that high a pity rate. Okay, we got the smoke. Laszlo! Okay. Speak of her, and she appears. Hello, Rebecca. Still nothing. And now we're starting to fall into the sunken cost fallacy of, well, I've spent so many orbs already, I might as well just keep going till I get a pity break. Oh, we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. Or at least until I break my rate, not necessarily a pity break. But I think I would settle for either at this point. Okay, hopefully something's here. That's half of what I'm looking for. my gosh. Huh. I don't think I've ever summoned a Midori before. I'm pretty sure this is my first one. Yeah, that's cool. I did actually pull for her back when she first came out. I think I was mostly trying to get her fodder. And she was one of my targets in, I think, the first summoning video I made because I was looking for either her or Julian. That was so long ago now at this point. Well, it wasn't even that long ago, but it was long ago enough. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't think I've ever gotten a Lysithea before either. I've gotten a bunch of copies of Brave Lysithea. She keeps coming home for some reason, but... yeah, that's a new pull for me. Okay, well that's cool. I wonder if we'll end up getting another 3 Houses Summer banner this year. Oh my gosh, there they are! Okay. Alright, great. Okay, that's perfect. We can stop here. We are officially good to stop. Wonderful. Oh, they're even plus speed. Like I said, I don't need it because I already have them ascended, but that's awesome. Okay, they are going to be so much happier now than they were before. Okay, let's just do one more pull. See if we get one of this. Another copy. Okay. Oh, that would have been amazing. It would have been like double twinning. Okay, that's great. Awesome. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this summoning session. I got 3 copies of my main target, 1 copy of my off target. Really can't complain, so alright, great. Well, once again, thank you so much for watching. Take care, have a great rest of your day, and Gemini out!